Hey everyone. So this week for week three, we're talking about information security, and our discussions for today is to pick a security breach that happened within this past year, and I want to talk about the Twitter breach that happened back in July. So Twitter, on July 15th, there was an attack that targeted a small number of employees through a spear phishing attack, which basically tricked employees, and that gave access to the inside to their internal system. And with that, they were able to get some special tools that Twitter associates use that are restricted for specific associates. And they use those tools to steal account information. And so the uh, the individuals that were compromised were high end individuals. It wasn't a lot of accounts, but they targeted about 130 accounts. And out of all those 130 targeted accounts, um, hackers were able to reset about 45 accounts and passwords and get access to those accounts and post false information as that user. Now, some of these high level associates that were targeted include Barack Obama, Elon Musk, CEOs of high level companies. Um, and so these hackers post fake tweets, and they were able to swindle about $122,000 of Bitcoin transactions. And so these hackers kind of benefited from that, from this spear phishing attack. And so when Twitter found this out, they shut down Twitter services for a while until they got control of the situation. They were able to get the accounts locked out and secured. Um, but they posted a statement, and this is the statement that they said about how they're handling this type of situation or this type of attack. It says, since the attack, we've significantly limited access to our internal tools and systems to ensure ongoing account security while we complete our investigation. Um, they're always investing in increased security protocols, techniques, and mechanisms on how we work to stay ahead of these threats as they evolve. Moving forward, Twitter is accelerating several of our pre existing security work streams and improvements to our tools. They are improving methods for detecting and preventing inappropriate access to their internal systems and prioritizing security work across across all their employees. So this security attack tricked one employee by an email, and somehow, well, with that, it actually led to this hacker getting into the system and getting access to these security tools. So in our textbook, we're kind of learning about the security triad of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. This was a good attack on the confidentiality, uh, I guess, triangle. Um, According to our text, it says protecting information means you want to be able to restrict access to those who are allowed to see it, or like a need to know basis. So Twitter is on the marks or the move to control who has access to these tools. So they believe that not every employee should have access to these specialized tools. Only certain restrictions should be able to use these type of tools. And I think they're strengthening that confidentiality, that structure of who has access to this. Um, this is just one example of data breaches or security breaches. There are tons of them out there that pretty much come from phishing attacks, And so, what do you think other phishing attacks or other targets are happening? I know local governments are experiencing this a lot with spear phishing, and if their security parameters are not set, if their network security is not that don't have a intrusion detection or anything like that, they are vulnerable to these type of attacks. Um, there is not, like I said in the text, there's not 100% way to secure something, but I believe that there are practices of teaching people what to access, how to look at what is phishing, how do they look like, and be aware of that, as well as doing multiple like penetration testings. They have softwares, they have companies that go out there to these organizations and do penetration testing to test the security of your network and how strong it is, how weak it is. It'll identify your weak points, and it could actually go and help and assist you to better secure these type of attacks from happening. What do you all think? Thank you guys.